Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your November, well, mid-November 2018 reading. This is a general reading, but we're going to look at your overall energies from now going into December, and then I'm also going to pull some cards for love, as well as, kind of some little overall messages, and at the end, we're going to throw the infamous dice of resonance. But for the love portion of the reading, we're going to look at what you're thinking and feeling and what a person of interest is thinking and or feeling. Because, it's holiday time and all of that stuff. And these are things you kind of want to know going into Thanksgiving and whatnot. I mean, if you're in America, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving anywhere else. My celebration is just, food, right? That's what I'm thankful for, dang the son of a gun. But I've been in my office all day, y'all. And I got home and I was like, Lord, I'm so tired. Then I thought about you, and I was like, you know what? Pisces make me smile. And another thing, guys, I think is important, at the top of the month, with your love reading for November, and we did the soul cards, I think now would also be a good time to take a look at the messages that you guys wrote at the top of the month to see if, they have any relevance for you now, or if it may help you with anything or any challenges that you guys are facing presently. You never know, Specifically, I intended to use my Spirit Messages deck for you guys, but for some reason, Spirit showed me this one. And see, I was a good girl, and I put all my cards back in their boxes, and Spirit got me pulling out all these Oracle cards, and I was like, I just fixed this. Dang nabbit. But for you, anything. I would give a world to you, Pisces. Just love you guys. So we're going to get your overall messages from a good old surrender deck. Then we're going to look at you guys' energies from now into December. And then get into the love portion of it. So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for my Pisces, please, Spirit. Anything that they need to know, any messages that they need going into December. Well, that's true. Where am I going to put this? Okay, let's stick that right there and hope it doesn't fall, right? Yes. Don't. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Anywho, I hope you guys are doing fine. I love your faces. Oh, and my Amazon store. The link is in the description box below. So any of the cards that I have ever used on my channel, because I've used a lot, and any that I'm using presently, they're all on my Amazon store, as well as suggested reading that I think everyone should read, And let me know if there's anything else you want me to suggest, because I like suggesting things. I'm a good resource person. Pat myself on the back for that. Anyway, into your reading. So, first card we have is Surrender Low Self-Esteem. It says, you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. Next, we have Surrender to Passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Interesting. Next, we have Surrender to Wonder and Awe. This is very interesting. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. It's very descriptive. First thing I'm seeing here is a lot of this is intrinsically related to self-esteem. So I feel like, okay, two things come up. Number one is my life is so monotonous, right? The other is a desire to align with one's life purpose, right? And maybe feeling it's situational while you're not. You know what I'm saying? Or money, or, it's a myriad of different things you could say. But I feel like the reason why life has become monotonous and why you may not be passionate about life or kind of holding off on aligning with your purpose, like your mission, whatever, whatever you feel led to do, is because of self-esteem. It's a self-doubt. So it could be anything from feeling I don't deserve this to anything like, what else? Like, I don't deserve this, I'm not worthy, or I'm not capable, or anything of the sort. So, for you guys, by nature, you're very dreamy. You know what I mean? Believing the best in people, being patient, you know what I'm saying? Giving people 1,000 chances. Like, right about now, I feel like you guys need to give yourself 1,000 chances. You know what I mean? because I feel, I don't know, it's almost like a restrictedness to say that, you know, y'all are water signs, you know? It's like I feel a very regimented, structured type of being. And that's really not your stilo. So it's almost as if you're getting stuck in a routine of something. And I don't know, it's like not taking chances. It's like I feel like there's a need to kind of break out of the box that you guys have put yourself in. And I'm hearing it almost like, okay, say if it was a person who had issues with being consistent, like, you know, kind of being irresponsible. So you kind of created a framework for your life to keep you in check and to keep yourself accountable. But now, like, that framework has become like your slave master on some stuff. So it's like you're not really experiencing the fullness of life. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like it's a sense I get of just needing to break out. I don't know what that's about, you know? But I feel like it's seated in this self-perception that's going on here. You know what I mean? And it's a need to kind of like relinquish, and I know that sounds like hella scary, but it's like relinquishing all restrictions and to get reacquainted with, you know, the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, free-spirited, anything's possible type of mentality, which is very easy for us to lose as adults. Just saying, I feel you on that. But Spirit, give us clear and direct guidance for Pisces, because I just really feel like you guys are like, I'm trying to get the verbiage out. It's like not being excited about life, you know? That's why I say monotony. It's just like, you know, same old humdrum, you know? I feel like you guys kind of need something to shake you up. Not like a tower shake up, but I mean like, you know, something to come in to make you excited about life again. Get swept off your feet and being lost in that, you know, whimsical, passionate feeling. I don't know what that's about. But clear and direct guidance for my Pisces, please, Spirit. Anything that they need to know from now to the end of November going into December that is in their highest good and will assist them on their path, please, Spirit. I ask that all of those messages come to the forefront and you allow me to communicate them clearly. For my Piscean people that I love ever so much, Dagnabbit, son of a gun, got the highest views right now, killing the game and things, you know. Y'all wasn't playing with Aquarius. Y'all was like, oh no, move. Okay. I love your freaking faces. Clear and direct guidance, Spirit. I thank you in advance. So thank you, Spirit. All right, let's see what's going on with my wonderful Pisces people that suddenly made me excited. Central energy, strategy. All right, needing a plan. Oh, you can't plan that. Challenged by Healer of the Ages. So this is so funny. Are you trying to plan your spiritual evolution? Because that kind of doesn't work like that. What are you doing? Past influence, angel of strength. What's immediately before you is a halt on your journey path. Below you is community, so needing to connect with people. Or it could just be connecting with family and whatnot, since Thanksgiving is next week and whatnot. And above you is the angel of love. So yeah, self-love going on there. So, look, okay, I love you. I do. And I'm not going to tease you because I love you. But listen, there are many things in life that you can plan. And I'm thinking about my homegirl who's a Pisces because she's a planner. Like, she makes these beautiful mind walls, like when she wants to get something accomplished, like she takes color-coded sticky notes and stuff, and, you know, she has like the main thing, and it's all these steps. But when it comes to spiritual evolution, dog, like that's not really something you can streamline or plan, right? So this kind of makes sense. I feel like, okay, you guys were inspired, you know, to be your higher self and to, you know, align with the spiritual being and thinking about self-love and how do I respect myself and be my best self and raise my self-esteem and things, right? These are all things that you were concerned with, right? Even aligning yourself with people who are in alignment with said things, right? But here's the key. So I feel like all of that is worked out for you, right? But you know how when you kind of do something and like you do something so much and then you want to ascend to like a higher state of being type of deal. So hypothetically, if you first start at the gym and like you're on the elliptical or the treadmill because you really don't know how to use the equipment, you know, and that gets boring, So you might start with the treadmill, that gets boring, so you go to the elliptical, that gets boring, you go to the bike, you know? Then you might venture over into, like, the weights. We're not going to do free weights just yet now, you know? So you might do a couple little arm presses on the machine and things, you know, do a couple little ab curls, you know. So easing your way into it. That's kind of what I'm feeling like for you guys. So it's almost like this inspiration to align with your truth, right? But, and it's like your intentions were good. You know what I'm saying? You started making changes in your life, but it's like that really big shift that you guys wanted. It's almost as if you're trying to obtain a spiritual state by practical means, which is like that you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, all right, I'm going to be enlightened by January 1. No, that's kind of not how it happens. So, and this is funny because this is a conversation that I have inadvertently been getting in for the last couple of days. And how I was kind of saying, like, a need to lose control. It's like, that is what I'm seeing here. You know what I mean? It's, I almost want to be, like, in a safe space. Like, I want my life to revolutionize. I want to revolutionize my life, but within these neat means. You know, I can't have a full-on emotional breakdown, you know, because I got things to do. You know, and I feel like that's what's kind of halting your journey. So I feel like you guys are kind of feeling stuck right now. And the whole reason why you're feeling stuck is because, I don't know, it's like you're trying to regiment something that can't be regimented. Like, life cannot be regimented. You know what I mean? And the thing that I've been having the conversation about a great deal this week is about how your awareness grows through experience, right? So that's why it's so important, like, say, in love relationships. Like, when we get into these relationships with people and things don't work out, why it's good to take a step back and to see what it is you really learned from the experience, what you learned about yourself that you didn't see before. Because if you don't, you can end up making the same mistake again, right? But it's more or less like like, you guys want to learn a lesson, you're open to learning the lesson, but it's trying to regiment how you learn it, right? So hypothetically, we can work on ourselves to a certain extent, right? That's a message for somebody else. Secluding yourself from people, my dear. Here's the deal. When it comes to personal development, spiritual growth, right? There's only so much work that we can do in the cave, in hermit mode, right? Because there's this wonderful, beautiful thing called personal bias, right? So I can only see myself so much. I can only be so honest with myself because who I am as an individual is me. But who I am in relation to other people are different versions of myself, right? So who I am as a mom, you know? Who I am with little Buddha man. It's one part of me. Who I am with my clients, another part of me. Who I am here, another part of me. You know, who I am with my parents, another part of me. Who I am with my brother, another part of me, you know? But it's how I engage with these different people in these different settings of me being a different part of myself. In a sense, every person I encounter in my life is sandpaper. You know what I mean? Because I say all of the time. Like, when, you know, I'm in a therapeutic setting with my clients, it's like they feel a lot of times like I'm teaching them stuff, and I'm like, nah, y'all are teaching me stuff. Because it's like learning about other people is enlightening for me to see how another person experiences something that I may or may not have experienced. And it's like, wow, that's interesting. Or like, whoa, that affected them like that. That's huge. Or like, wow, that's what transformed that person's life, you know. Or if you have a friend that is a jerk, you date a dude that's a jerk. Or if a person is nice, engaging with different people and not necessarily isolating yourself only to good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kind of people, whatever that may be for you. That can become monotonous in the sense that, you know, there's no challenge, you know, because kind of like one of those old sayings that says, like, if you're the smartest person in your friend group, it's time for a new friend group, you know, because there's no challenge there. If you're surrounded by a bunch of yes men or women, you know, in your friend group, and it's like, they feel like, oh, you know what you're talking about. It's like, there's never anything that, like, iron sharpens iron. There's never going to be any rebuttal. Like, I don't know, if you say something really, really wrong that's going on in the news, there's no one to challenge you. So that doesn't sharpen your mental capacity or anything, right? So it's like two different things that I'm hearing. It's like there's one facet of control of trying to regiment or putting too much pressure on yourself to awaken. It's like, why am I not there yet? Or what do I need to do? And it's like sitting here and it's like, I'm going to meditate on my chakras for really, really long. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to listen to some Reiki videos, whatever. So trying to force the process into like a strategic linear thing, it doesn't work like that, right? And then there's another group of you where it's like, I don't want to be around anyone that could be a negative influence on me. So whether that's in dating or in friendships, and wanting to kind of isolate yourself, or you have been doing that and working on yourself, but the reason why you're hitting a block is because there's only so much self-development that you can do, and there's a need for human connection. Like, that is so vital, okay? Like, there are people who are in relationships where, like romantic relationships, where they feel emotionally starved. That could kill a person. You know what I mean? It's like, we're communal beings. We need other people, right? So it's in the experience, it's in meeting people who are not the most ideal people. It's in meeting people that we don't agree with or that we have conflicts with that makes life interesting. You know what I mean? It makes our journey interesting. It's how we learn these lessons. So it's not really so much about pinning yourself up in a room or trying to streamline and regiment everything. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to get a title for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that I know a lot of people I work with, like clients and stuff, struggle with when it comes to purpose. It's like wanting to have this title or this thing. It's like, I'm this. And it's not really about that. It's like, your purpose is what you bring to the table. It's like, it's who you are. It's what you bring to whatever it is that you do. Because I tell people all the time, I wasn't like a little kid. It's like, when I grew up, I want to be a therapist. You know, it's my purpose. Or that, you know, I had a dream and spirit was like, therapist. Like, that didn't happen. It really didn't. It's like me figuring out that this job was, you know, good for me was literally me doing tons of research and looking at, okay, these are my personality traits. These are things I can do. These are things I can't. What role do I typically play in my life? It's like everybody always comes to me to talk to me about stuff, and I give pretty good advice. Okay, so what jobs like kind of fall in alignment with that? That's literally what it is, right? So I'm saying all of that to say is I feel that there's a level of pressure you're putting on yourself, right? And because you're putting pressure on yourself, you've set a standard and you thought you would be somewhere by a certain time. The fact that you're not there, that's what's hitting your self-esteem because it's making you think like something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's sucking all the life out of life, right? Because planning is good, but when it comes to something that's as free form as your journey, that can suck the life out of it. It makes it not fun anymore. And that's what can kind of put you in a place to where it's like, I really don't know if I want to even do this. So it's more or less releasing yourself from that. So, and I can understand now why the spirit told me to use the surrender cards. So it's surrendering yourself from this box because I feel like you've confined yourself. But the funny thing is, it's like, it was with good intention because I see you guys are striving for something better. It's just that, you know, you have to give yourself room to maneuver. And I'm saying this from experience because I've tried this before. It's like when I first started my journey, I thought that's what it was. It's like, oh, these people are negative and they're toxic. I don't want them in my space I only want posy vibes. Like, let's sage everything. Oh my goodness. Like, oh my God, you know. Being so extremely over dramatic, you know what I mean? It's like, I just can't be around that energy. It's like their energy, oh my God. Like, no, it's not that serious. It's like when you have control over your auric field, you know your energetic hygiene, you know how to ground yourself, you can utilize your discernment to read people, to know who it is that you're dealing with, you know how to maneuver, and you're not really at the will of other people's energy. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't require you to isolate yourself either. Because I find now it's the most complex people that you learn so much from. You know what I mean? So, yeah, guys, it's like there's a need to, like, your intentions were good, but you got to relinquish some of this restriction you're putting on yourself and allow yourself to be more free-spirited by it because there is no time frame on this. And I tell people, like being a student of life. You're a student of this experience. You know what I mean? There is no mastery here. Like you're not going to get that. Like none of us will, ever hit mastery. It's just the part of it being a continuous learning and being surrendered to the process and in awe of the process and of the fact that, none of us really know, but what we do know, we want to share. The fact that we can come in contact with people who value the things that we do and value us or the experiences that we've had, the people we've encountered, the beauty in them, so on and so forth, being in awe of that process and, releasing this need. So it's like attachment, releasing attachment, the need to be able to put my hand on it, to put a title on it and say, this is where I am. You know what I mean? Because that's not even y'all nature. That's some Taurus stuff, Those kind of things we be doing, Y'all are water signs. You're supposed to flow, You like a little brackish pond right now in your energy, So you have to give yourself the freedom to move. And a lot of that has to do with people, Because I say, a lot of times, like, yes, there are toxic people that are in our life. And if we can't handle them with a 10-foot pole, then yes, there has to be boundaries we have to set. But, even if you look at these women in this card, it's just a simple fact, like, you notice one girl has a white dress, one has on a cream dress, one has on a red dress, right? So the whole thing with this is it's like there are three variations. You have one person who's very airy-fairy, you have one person that's kind of in between the two, and you have another person who's really grounded. It's not to say that they're different. It's like they are, but at the same, they're one and the same. So if we were to be really literal about it, it's the fact that they're all wearing dresses. That's the commonality. They're different colors that represent different things, but they're one and the same, right? They're all ladies, So it's different manifestations of the same thing. And there's beauty in opposites. There's beauty in differences. And it's in those differences because it's like, I don't know who I am unless I'm in the presence of what I am not. So it's in the things that I am not that I realize who I am, right? But if we're never in the presence of is not, how could we ever know who and what we are? Because it's a skewed perspective, So other people are very much needed. So what I'm really sensing for you guys going into December, beautiful that you guys are focusing on self-love. Beautiful that you're working on your inner strength. But I just feel like it's the regimented nature coupled with exclusion from interacting with other people that are preventing you from having the experience, and that's what's causing you guys to feel stuck. Like, don't be afraid of that, because that's like another conversation I had with one of my friends, which was trying to avoid karmic partnerships. Like, yeah, every karmic partnership I've had has sucked majorly. But I'm very thankful for it because it's so much that I learned about myself in these unions with people. You know what I mean? So it's important to experience. So don't be afraid of the experience because it's like, you're not going to evolve alone in your room. Is what I'm saying. I hope I didn't talk you to death. But Spirit, please give us clear, indirect guidance in relation to the love life of my Piscean people. I hope that makes sense, y'all. I really hope it does. Because I know this is like, the most wonderful time of the year and stuff, It's a good time. So don't pin yourself up in a room somewhere, I'm a firm believer that everybody has their date of deliverance. It's like, it's gonna come. Don't, try to force it. It's in the process that, we ultimately end up where we end up, but it's not something that you want to force, because the more you try to force it, it kind of deadens things. It's like sucking the life out of stuff. I still feel like I'm totally lecturing you. I'm so sorry. So, first card, retreat. It is time to disconnect from the world. Yeah, like you guys needed that. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Yeah, man. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I think that's super, super important. For some of you guys, I'm going to be real with you. In reference to your spiritual development path, absolutely. But the first thing I hear with that retreat card is reconsider, right? Like, I feel like you're being swept away. This is not for everyone. But I feel like you're being swept away by should, oughts, and supposed to. So expectations. So if I were to put this into the framework, it would be you being in a relationship with someone or holding on to a romantic relationship with someone because that's what you should, ought, or supposed to do. Like, expectations, like, I'm hearing it in a sense of, like, family. Like, not so much like an arranged marriage, but kind of one of those, like, I come from a well-to-do family. There's expectations within the family, and this is a good choice based on what my family would want me to do, kind of arranged marriage. But it's like the person that you're with, you don't really feel passionate about them, but you feel like it's a practical choice. So it's like a business decision connection type of deal, right? And I feel like and this is going to be like probably one person, but I'm feeling you need to take a step back to really be clear with yourself of recognizing that this is your life. And if you really want to live it pleasing other people, or if you want to live it pleasing yourself, right? So I'm going to pull 2 cards. I'm going to do what Pisces is thinking and feeling. And then I'm going to do another 2 cards for a person of interest or a crosswatcher on what they're thinking and feeling. Feel me? And what's not, or whatever. I feel like I lectured y'all so long, just reading it so long. So this is what Pisces is thinking. This is what Pisces is feeling. Move this out, boy. This is what the person of interest is thinking, and this is what they're feeling. God, these cards are so small. Oh, this is the Tarot Sexual Magic. It's new, so don't hate on my swag. Indecision. Okay, we got 2 of Swords for Pisces thinking space. That makes sense. Retreat person. And what you're feeling, the 3 of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Ooh, Lord, this card got a lot going on up in there. Interesting. Oh, my word. Ooh. Okay. So, oh, God, they're like doing black magic. What is going on with that? Okay, so, yeah, for some of you guys, I'm not going to say that it's black magic. I'm just seeing this woman in the background who has a whole cauldron going on with her little black candles and things. She mad at this dude that's enthralled with this chick. That's very interesting. But, that's in reverse. So what I'm seeing with Pisces is, it's being in conflict in reference to a relationship. For my person with the retreat card I just talked about, legit, I feel this with you. It's like you feel conflicted, but the thing that you have to come to terms with, gosh, why does this sound like some fairy tale stuff? It's almost in the sense of like a person you really care about, right? It's a person that you really love and you really want to be with, right? But it's like, I don't know, it's family or perception. Like, this person is not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like this person just doesn't fit with your life. And it's like you're electing instead. This is reminding me of this reading that I did the other night with picking a person who's more in the earthly sense, a reflection of you. So Pisces people, if you watch that, this may be you. So yeah. And it's like, I feel like you guys really need to take a step back and you kind of have to like stand your ground on this, dog, because that doesn't make, it don't make no sense to me, but that's just my opinion, you know? I feel like everybody should be with who it is that they love, because the way I look at it, dog, at the end of the day, nobody has to live your life but you. And if you want to spend the rest of your life laying next to somebody that you really don't want to be with while you're thinking about somebody else, that's your business, but you're not going to be happy. But I feel like you're kind of on the fence about that because it's really swayed by what other people are thinking, right? Screw what other people are thinking. You know what I'm saying? So as far as what you're feeling, it's like I feel like you guys are kind of hitting that breaking point. So I feel like this retreat is you guys kind of taking a step back and really trying to build the courage to take this step forward and go after the person that it is that you really want. Granted, yes, it may cause conflict in your family, but who really cares? Because you'll be with the person that you love at the end of the day. Okay? So, moving right along to, oh, wait. 2 other people. Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even 2 other people. Again, with you. It's imperative that, like, it's an intuition type of thing. You know in your heart of hearts, right? It's causing you pain to be away from this person. Everything, all of the conflict, the unrest feelings that you're feeling, the just, I don't know, upheaval in your life right now, feeling stagnant and all of that. All of that is coming from your separation from this person because you know this is who you're really supposed to be with. And tread lightly when I say that now. I'm not talking about somebody where you in separation from somebody and the person was a jerk and like saying to go call them. I'm saying this like specifically for these dynamics, you know, and it's not just, you know, I left them because this person was better. It's literally like this is a whole family thing and you're literally afraid of like losing family on some stuff over this just because this person is so vastly different than what your family would expect type of deal. But anyway, for others of you, I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's for others of you, I feel like it's kind of a person that you just like a person that you're interested in, and it's a not feeling good enough type of deal, or haven't been hurt so much that you're kind of just not acting on it, or it's a fear of being hurt. Is more or less like a projection type of deal. So thinking that what has happened in past situations is going to reoccur here. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like those people I was talking about, like isolating yourself. So it's someone that you're interested in, but it's not really wanting to act on that because you're thinking of all that could possibly go wrong and hiding that under the guise of personal development. It's like, I'm just focused on my spirit right now. I'm just really trying to get in alignment. You know, so, like, I don't have time for that. Like, no, don't do that, because you know you want to talk to the person. Dang, man, the son of a gun, I said. So, yeah, I really think you should, because I feel like in so many ways, now, let me tell you what the signifier is going to be if I'm talking about you right now. It's the fact that if you hear that your friends are in relationships or married, or if anything that's happening, or even if you go to the movies and you see couples and you feel some type of way, you know, that's you. That's because you desire it. You want that. So I feel like in so many ways, don't deny yourself of that. Because that's another thing I feel like I said, holding yourself back. Because it's like, oh, I need to focus on, you know, my spirit man right now. So I'm not going to engage with people. But it's like, nah, you know, meet people. Not saying jump into a relationship or nothing, but, you know, meet people. Okay? Trust yourself. That's really what it's about. Because I feel like a lot of what's at the root of the reason why not wanting to engage with people is because you don't trust yourself. Because you're literally thinking about how things have not panned out in the background, like past experiences. But it's really about you having boundaries and knowing when something doesn't feel right for you, having that strength to kind of cut it off and to come out of alignment with it, right? So not investing too much up front. Because if you go into relationships meeting a person and thinking this person's going to be the end-all, be-all, like that's setting yourself up for the okie-doke, you know what I mean? So just enjoy the experience and getting to know people, but allow things to mature into a happily ever after as opposed to expecting that up front from the next person that you meet. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that that's what you're doing, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, generally. So the person of interest, what they are thinking is the King of Pentacles. Oh, what is he doing? Oh. These cards are something else, y'all. My goodness. Wow. Okay. This is so interesting. Anyway, so King of Pentacles, right? All right. This is interesting. No, that's not it. That is very derogatory terminology. I would say this person of interest, right? they see you as like, so this is like, okay, so the person that mentions to be a dude and like the Pisces be like a lady, right? So he sees you as like a studious, like shy, like I'm not too sure of myself type of thing. So I feel like this dude's like really, really grounded and been through some things, you know, not necessarily in a negative sense, but I just feel like he has like kind of wisdom and an air about him. You know what I mean? Pretty grounded dude. But I feel like he kind of looks at you and sees you as like this shy, studious, like classy kind of, I don't want to say like naive, not in a negative sense, but just like a really innocent, virtuous kind of vibe going on there, right? And I think for him, it's wanting to, well, first of all, I don't know what he want to do in an action sense, but I don't know. It's kind of like a fantasy for him. So it's like he gets his rocks off, and I'm not meaning that in a literal sense that he's thinking about you. Like, no, I'm not really not saying that. But I'm saying like he kind of daydreams about being the person that like rescues you and like, you know, protects you and stuff like that, right? I don't know who this dude is. But what he's feeling, ooh, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my goodness. So he just thinking. Cause he's, well, I mean, he could be coming out of a time to where, because, like, with the Queen of Pentacles upright, it's like somebody who's just kind of, like, cold, you know what I'm saying? Very self-focused. But seeing it in reverse, I think that quite possibly how he's thinking about you could have him in a space to where he's considering not being so cold and emotionally unavailable, right? Because I think, and I'm hearing, like, heat, right? So it's almost, ooh, passion, surrender to passion, wonder and awe. Okay, I like this. This is interesting. So yeah, he enjoys the idea of almost, dog, why are all these horrible like terms coming into my head? These cards are the devil. Okay, so the term that I heard was like breaking you in, whatever that means. Okay. So the thing is I don't know, it's a domination thing. Him looking at you as innocent and him wanting to make you less innocent for him, right? So home dude really is kind of a guy that's ice cold to other people. You know what I'm saying? And he is, and this is why I say tread lightly. Because he, you know, he is hot and knows he's hot. Like he knows that people think that he's hot, right? But it's like for him, it's almost like a certain type of chick that he's used to dealing with, right? But it's like you're something different. And it's like that intrigues him. And it's almost as if, I don't know, I get the sense like, I don't know why I'm hearing Aries. Like I get the sense that he deals with chicks usually that are as aggressive as he is. You know what I'm saying? Like very domineering. And that's why I think he's like so cold, but it's like you warm him up at the fact that, I don't know, it's like I'm seeing this woman like, where's a book? I don't know what is going on with y'all reading, Pisces. This is very interesting. It's almost like I see a chick who's like in her office like this. Like this is how you walk around the office. Like just, you know what I'm saying? Like very in your own world, like you're in your head and you're just carrying your little stuff and you're going here and you're going there. And while you're doing all of that, like he's just like looking. Or, you know, he might talk to you and you're like, hi, you know? And he digs that, you know? Like he's very enthralled by that. So his whole thing is, you know, it's kind of a, I don't want to say kink, but, you know, it's his thing of the thought of this whole breaking you in type of thing. But the dope thing about this is you're kind of warming his heart in a sense to where if he were to ever open up, he would want to open up to someone like you because he doesn't necessarily feel like it's going to be bumping heads in a sense because that's kind of like what he's used to, you know? So I feel like with him it's a little bit of stagnation, but you kind of inspire him a little bit of like, oh, this is a different path. Like, this is interesting. This is different. You know what I mean? That's the vibe that I get. So he's literally feeling like I would open up for her, which is exactly why you guys need to open up, you know what I'm saying? See some people, make some friends, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Lock yourself in the rooms. Holiday times. Cuffing season, dagnabbit son of a gun. It's cold outside. Hashtag Netflix and chill. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a trap. It's a trap. But yeah, man. So that could be a Taurus person. It could most certainly be a Taurus person. Of course it's a Taurus male. Of course. My brothers. Of course. Of course it is. They're about that life. You know what I'm saying? See a little Pisces with a little glasses and a little sweaters and her little books and papers and stuff on her chest looking down when she walking. Make that man feel some type of way. That's very interesting. But anyway, let me throw the dice of resonance for y'all. Because I really feel like, oh my God, it's 40 minutes. I'm not even a Pisces, and I feel like I favor you guys over, like, everyone. Man. I love your faces, Pisces. Y'all always give me life. But I'm going to throw the dice of resonance for you guys. For those of you who don't know what the dice of resonance is, it's an art project that I did. And it has all 12 signs, the different roles that a person can play in your life, whether it's sun, moon, or rising. And I have an extra one in here where you can ask a yes or no question. So if you want to formulate that question, go ahead and pause me now. Think of that question. And the responses you can get are either yeses, nos, or time-sensitive answers. In the event that a time-sensitive answer comes up, you're going to go ahead and take that as a yes in the time frame in which it will come to pass. But I don't interpret these at all. It's just kind of like if you were on the fence on whether this was your reading or not, this kind of gives you extra intel. I'm sorry y'all reading was so long. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Or if y'all want me to do like an all tarot of sexual magic reading. I think that would be interesting. It's all Libra's fault that I got those, man. Because, I don't know, bruh. Something with them cards, bruh. It's just the whole energy that's with them things. I don't know. I be seeing things I don't never see in no other cards. So, oh, I know you lying to me. Wow. So, Aries came up. You know, I told you Aries. I wonder if it's an Aries dude. That's interesting. And then we have Libra. And we have friend. Question mark, which means that Aries or Libra could be sun, moon, rising, and it could be anything. And then the answer to the question is yes. So whatever that's about, I want to know. Because I heard Aries clearly in that reading. When I was looking at the other person. That's very interesting. Y'all know I'm nosy. Come on, help a sister out. Let me know in the comments so I can get in your business. You know, like being in people's business and things. But anyway. Oh, that doesn't go in there. The wrong deck. But anyway, Pisces, that's been your mid-November. Did I really put all these wrong cards up here? That's been your November mid-month reading. Let me know in the comments what you think. I love you guys' faces, and I will see you sooner than later, boo thing. Deuces. You know? Deuces. 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 Okay, I'm going to stop because I'm really doing the most. It's your fault, Pisces. You do this to me. I love your face.